The exhibition, a ceremony and genesis, art that never ends. What is an exhibition? The silent white cube suggests an endpoint, a sacred tomb where finished ideas are laid to rest for our quiet worship. We are pilgrims to a completed thought. But what if this is an illusion? What if the true exhibition is not a space or preservation, but one of creation? Not a display of answers, but a machine for generating questions that only activate the moment you cross its threshold. Today, we dismantle the exhibition as a static image. We enter a realm where the show becomes a foundation for developing new scenarios and model potential worlds. This is the practice of artists like Pierre Huyghe, for whom an exhibition is a ceremonial starting point, a stage where life, narrative, and time are not represented, but set into motion. To fully grasp this radical shift, we need a new map, not a linear guide, but a philosophical toolkit. We turn to the chaotic, generative wisdom of Jules Deleuze and Félix Guattari, and their seminal work, A Thousand Plateaus, to understand how this exhibition operates as living systems, not static skins. Part 1. The rhythm and the ritual of unfolding. To understand Huyghe, we must first abandon the tree. In A Thousand Plateaus, Deleuze and Guattari attack the tree model of thought, hierarchical, centered with a single trunk of meaning branching out predictably. In its space, this proposes the rhizome, a subterranean rhizome, has no beginning or end. It is always in the middle, a map of potentials. Pierre Huyghe doesn't create art objects. He creates rhizomatic formats. His exhibition, After a Life Ahead, was not an arrangement of things, but the cultivation of a rhizome. A dug up ice rink floor becomes a geological structure. Huyghe, peacocks, bees, and an algorithmically growing aquarium are connected not by a theme, but by coexistence. The weather outside plugs into the system inside. This is no central narrative to follow, no correct path, like a rhizome. The work has no beginning or end. It is always in the middle, between things interbeing. This directly challenged Debord's society of spectacle, Huyghe doesn't oppose the spectacle with a pure, silent object. He creates a rhizomatic spectacle, a system of multiple heterogeneous entry points, like the peacock's strokes, the Huyghe bloom, the coat's pose, your own path. You are not a spectre to an image, but a detailed visitor moving through a life map, making your own connections in what Deleuze and Guattari would call an act of itinerant opulent thought. The ceremony here is the celebration of connectivity itself. Part 2. Becoming exhibition. Parreno's Symphony of Affect. If Huyghe gives us the rhizomatic map, his collaborator Philippe Parreno composes its time. Parreno's genius is in orchestrating the exhibition as a single temporal composition, but in Deleuzian terms, he orchestrates affects and becomings. Deleuze and Guattari define an affect as a becoming other, the capacity of a body of affect and be affected, to enter into composition with other bodies to form a new temporary entity. Parreno's exhibition Anywhere out of the world was a factory of affect. The posing marquee signs, the choreographed films, the briefing lights. Each element was a body emitting sensations. Their synchronized yet shifting rhythms composed a larger collective assemblage of expression. When you entered, you didn't just see art, you entered a field of force. The dimming lights affect your mood. A sudden film sequence affects your pace. You were no longer just a viewer. You became a component in composition with the space. You entered a process of becoming exhibition. Parreno demonstrates that the artist is an orchestrator of affects, designing what Deleuze might call a plane of consistency, where heterogeneous elements, technology, architecture, human bodies, time, achieve a precarious contemporary consistency. The exhibition is this durational ceremony of collective becoming, unique to each visit and vanishing without a trace, leaving only the effect it produced in you. Part 3. The visitor as nomad, navigating the unfinished script. So in this rhizomatic, affective ceremony, what becomes of the artwork, and who do we become? The autonomous art object doesn't just dissolve. It multiples and shatters into a constellation of relations between things, times, and sensations. The work in the entire unstable assemblage. Crucially, our role transforms. In the hierarchical three-model exhibition, we are state-like subjects, following a prescribed path to receive a sanctioned meaning. But in the rhythmatic exhibition, we are called to become nomads. Deleuze and Guattari construct the straightened space of the state, ordered, measured, controlled with the smooth space of the nomad, open, haptic, directional rather than dimensional. Huyghe and Parreno transform the white cube from a straightened space of control into a smooth space for wandering. There is no fixed path, only vectors and intensities to follow. Your task is not to interpret a final statement, but to trace your own line of flight. Through the field of affect, you harvest meaning from the connections you make. This is why Huyghe work is fundamentally about how you construct an image and how that image represents you. In this nomadic journey, you construct a narrative not of the artist, but of our own passage through the potential world. The exhibition as geniuses therefore poses an existential challenge. Can we relinquish our desire for the security of the tree, the single answer? Can we embrace the anxiety and freedom of rhizome? In a world of rigid narratives, this art is a training ground for nomadic thoughts, for building meaning from the middle, from connection, from ceaseless coming. Conclusion. The next time you stand at the threshold of an exhibition, pause. Ask yourself, am I entering an archive or a rhizome, a museum or a machine for becoming? Am I here to witness an ending, or to perform as a nomadic body? The unscripted ceremony of a beginning. Artists like Huyghe and Parreno sing through the lens of Philippe and Guattari, remind us that reality is not a finished image to be seen, but a continuous process of composition. They build not monuments, but ecologies of affect. They offer a ceremony where the only dogma is change, and a Genesis story written in the middle voice, starting anew with every single nomadic step. If this journey into the philosophical heart of living has sparked new connections for you, Let us know in the comment below. What line of flight did you trace through these ideas? Don't forget to subscribe for more deep mappings of contemporary culture. Until next time, keep thinking rhizomatically.